All right, in this video, we're going to be talking about surface area of triangular prisms. Okay, the big difference here is that the bases of the shapes are triangles, not rectangles. So, knowing that, you should see two triangles on each triangular prism you're talking about. Two triangles, okay? We're going to use the same two formulas we use for rectangular prisms because it's the formula for all prisms. For lateral surface area, it's S equals big P times H. And then remember, P stands for perimeter of the base. And then for total surface area, we're using the formula S equals big P times H plus 2 times big B. And remember that B is area of the base. All right, we're using the same steps here we used for rectangular prism. We're going to draw and label the base, including the height, and write the formula, then substitute, and then solve by putting in the calculator, okay? All right, so first shape, here we go. We've got our triangular prism. I'm going to go ahead and show you which one the base is. The base is the triangle. On all triangular prisms, the base will be the triangle. So, we're using the lateral surface area formula, so I'm going to go ahead and draw my base. Label every side 12, 5. Now, notice we don't have this side, but these bases are parallel and they're congruent, which means they're exactly the same. So if this length is 13, this length is also 13, so I'm going to write that right here. All right? And then you have to draw a line just to represent the height of the prism, which is this 12, okay? So I'm going to write the formula, S equals big P times H. So perimeter of the base is just adding up the three sides of the triangle. Major difference between this one and rectangular prism is there's 3 sides instead of 4. That's because a triangle only has 3 sides and a square has 4, or a rectangle has 4. And then for height, we're using 12, okay? We're going to go ahead and put an X on that because we used it. Now you're just substituting and plugging into the calculator. So we've got 12 plus 13 plus 5 times 12. So 360. And our units are feet squared. All right. Remember, you can always go back or pause so you can work it yourself. But as long as you do these steps and plug it in the calculator correctly, you'll get the correct answer, okay? All right, moving on to the next problem. This one's total surface area. So we're going to do the same steps, but things to notice. The last triangle we used was a right triangle, so there were only 3 numbers for the triangle. This one is not a right triangle, so it's got an added number for the height, okay? So we're going to draw and label this base. That's the first step. So I see that these sides right here are both 5 inches. So I'm going to label 5 and 5. I see the base is 6. I'm going to label that. And then the height, which makes the right angle with the base, is 4. Then all right, so we labeled all the sides of the triangle. We labeled the height of the triangle. Now we need to just add our height of the prism, which I see right here is 4. Okay? Notice that I pulled the 5 from the outside. You know, we're labeling every piece of this triangle. All right, next step is write the formula. So I'm just rewriting this formula down here. S equals big P times H plus 2 times big B. Remember, P is perimeter of the base, but then big B is area of the base, okay? So that's where you're going to come back over here. Your base is a triangle, so you're going to use 1/2 BH for big B. So I'm going to write that right there so I don't forget. All right, so now we're just substituting in. So for perimeter, it's the outside of the triangle, 5 plus 5 plus 6. Notice I'm not using the 4 because it's not one of the outside edges. Then H, remember, is this number right here. So it's 4, but we're going to cross it off because we're not using that 4 anymore. Plus 2, and then inside your parentheses, you can write 1/2, but 1/2 is a decimal is 0.5, and that's usually easier to type in the calculator, times the base of the triangle, which is 6, times the height of the triangle, which is this 4. Remember, the base and the height have to make a right angle. So let's recap real quick. I added up the 3 sides for perimeter of the base, the 3 outside sides, then times the height, which we crossed out because we've already used it, plus 2, open parentheses, and we're doing 1/2 BH in here. Remember, I just used 0.5 instead of 1/2 because it's easier to type in the calculator. If you'd prefer 1/2, that's fine. Times 6, which is the base of the triangle, and then times 4, which is the height of the triangle. Okay, so now at this point, we're just going to type it in on Desmos. And you type it in exactly as you see it. So 5 plus 5 plus 6 times 4 plus 2 times 0.5 times 6 times 4. So your total surface area of this triangle is 88 square inches. Remember, if you had trouble with this or were confused about something, remember you can always watch it again, or you can pause it and review. Or if you have any other questions, ask your teacher.